let's talk about goal setting, because how you set your goals has an absolutely massive impact on whether you actually reach your goals or not. The first question is, should you set super easy goals or super hard goals or somewhere in between? And my opinion on that is you should set goals that are just a little too hard. And firstly, it pushes you to work really hard. It pushes you to your absolute limits. And secondly, it's also the most motivating, because you know, if you try super hard, maybe you can get it and achieve what you want to achieve. Thirdly, it doesn't allow you to procrastinate. You really need to get to work if you want to get something done. Going way overboard and setting way too unrealistic goals is better than setting way too easy goals, but I don't know if I can recommend that. I think sometimes it's really beneficial to set absolutely unrealistic goals, but you also shouldn't be disappointed when you don't reach them. For some people, myself included, sometimes it's really motivating to have an unrealistic goal and try super hard to reach that. I mean, if that motivates you, that's awesome, then go for it, but definitely don't be discouraged if you don't reach it, because that's absolutely not the point. You need a little bit of patience. So, one more time, set slightly unrealistic goals that are slightly out of your reach. That's perfect. The next question is, should you publicly announce your goals? There are upsides and downsides to both yes and no, so let me explain. The advantage of publicly announcing your goals is that other people know about them and they will tell you if you mess up, and if you don't reach your goals, they will be like, if you fail, it will be really bad for your image, kind of. Not the end of the world, but it definitely gives you some sort of drive to achieve what you want to achieve. There is also a huge disadvantage to announcing your goals though, because you instantly get the gratification, the satisfaction of having achieved something, even though you have done absolutely nothing. For example, when I tell some of my friends I'm going to grow a YouTube channel, they're already something like this. Oh, that's really cool! That's awesome! I'm rooting for you! Bravo! And I'm like, yeah, cool, I'm awesome. And you instantly get that kind of positive feedback, positive reinforcement from a lot of people without having to do anything. And that's really bad, because that teaches you to announce a lot of your goals but never actually do something. If you have some people around you that are always like, I believe in you, you can do it, I think what you do is awesome, even though you do absolutely nothing, you need to be extremely careful, okay? This can really mess with you pretty badly. There are also some cool friends, and I think it's cool to do that. If I announce goals of mine to them, they're like, yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea, I don't know if you can do that. And that's way better, because I don't get a reward for telling them. And that's exactly the way it should be. I shouldn't be rewarded for telling them. I should be rewarded for actually doing it. So if you want to do your friends a favor, don't believe in them when they announce new projects. Sounds a little stupid, but don't believe in them when they start new projects, but encourage them to try anyway. I think there's a middle ground you need to take. Obviously, you don't want to demotivate them, but you also don't want to reward them for doing absolutely nothing. That's just not helpful for anybody. So I think you can have the best of both if you publicly announce your goals, but you don't take the reward for it. You don't take the, oh yeah, I'm so awesome feeling for it. Even if someone offers it to you, even if somebody says, cool, that's awesome, I believe in you, awesome project. Be like, that's very nice, but please calm down, okay? I haven't done anything yet. Calm down, I'm not that awesome. The third and last tip is, how should you formulate your goals? This makes a massive difference. And the main question is, should you use the result to formulate your goals, or should you use the effort spent? Let me give you an example. Either I could say, I will work on my game for 2 hours every day, or you can say, I will finish level 1 to 10 this month. Which of the two do you think is better? I think both have advantages and disadvantages, but the problem with using time is that it allows you to cheat. All you need to do is sit down in front of the PC for 2 hours every day. There's no reason for you to go fast, absolutely none. But if you have a deadline, you have a motivation to work, to go really fast, to do your best, to be productive. There's a problem with this though. And that's that you will probably rush a couple of things that otherwise you would take more time for. The advantage of using time as a metric to measure your success and your progress is that you can always do it. There's nothing stopping you and you can always achieve it, which makes you feel good and which is motivating. Having a set goal means that you can fail, which for some people is demotivating. It shouldn't be. Also, you need to understand that using deadlines and different metrics than time is more stressful than using time. Just using time is pretty relaxing for obvious reasons, because you don't need to get anything done. And stress is a big factor. I mean, stress is super unhealthy. If your deadlines stress you out, then yeah, maybe you should go back to time. So there are advantages and disadvantages to both, but in general I feel like using different metrics than time is definitely a good thing. This is a little hard to apply to everything though. For example, let's say I want to have the goal to work out every day. So an obvious goal would be doing a 30-minute workout every day. But once again, that does not encourage me to try super hard. It just encourages me to pretend like I'm moving for 30 minutes, and how hard I try during that time really doesn't matter at all. I think a better goal would probably be something like doing 30 push-ups every day, or running a certain amount in a certain time. You can obviously try to combine that, but you definitely need some sort of other metric than just time. Another example would be reading. I want to read a little bit every single day because books are awesome and books make you smarter. They're interesting books about absolutely everything. Yeah, I want to read every day. So my first instinct was, okay, my goal is reading at least 15 minutes every day, which would be a reasonable goal. And I've tried that, but oftentimes that just results in looking at the pages and then suddenly drifting away with my thoughts somewhere else, and then suddenly I realize, oh, the time's up, and I close the book and I haven't really taken away all that much. So a better goal that I'm using right now is extracting at least one good idea per day out of a book, which encourages me to focus and to go a lot faster and maybe to skip over some boring paragraphs, which are a waste of time anyway. So setting goals like that is just way more effective. By the way, I also think that's the reason why people always are super unproductive at work if there are no deadlines. They have a set amount of time, they need to be there. Once that time is over, they can go, and there's absolutely no encouragement to focus or to go faster. It's just be here for X amount of time. How hard you try during that time, we don't care. Obviously, most employers know this, and that's why there are deadlines in almost every company. Still that weird mix of time and set goals, so yeah. I think just set goals would be pretty cool. Now what I want to do is show you some of my goals, publicly announce them. This is my goal timeline, my deadline milestone timeline. This month is January 18. I want to finish the art style of my game. I want to get 50 subs on YouTube, which is way too easy. I cheated a little, I brought some subscribers over from my German YouTube channel. So thank you for arriving here. Welcome, welcome. Appreciate that you're there, but definitely makes this goal way too easy. And the February goal as well, because we've already achieved that. Let's get rid of that right away. And then we're gonna move all of that over here. So now the goal for this month is 150, and I'll move that over as well. This is just some exponential growth here all the way to 10,000 in September 2019, which is a pretty hard goal. I think it's slightly out of reach, maybe very much out of reach. It's hard to guess, but I think it is possible. I don't think it's impossible, and that's the important part. If you think it's impossible, that's demotivating. I definitely think it's possible, but I also definitely think it's hard. And by the way, I also want to launch my game in September 2019, and I want to sell it about 5,000 times at launch, and then maybe later with the content patch about 7,500 times in total. So we'll see how that goes. Once again, pretty hard goal, slightly out of reach. I think I can do it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this was a little bit useful for you. Let me know what you think in the comments.